Hello, and welcome to This Week in James City County. I'm your host, Renee Dahlman. Today, we are continuing with our series of looking at the folks that are doing all of the hard work behind the scenes, folks that we may not always see, but we know that they're there, whether it's vehicles running down the roads or sports fields. These are the folks that make all of this magic happen. Well, today, we are very, very honored to be joined by Grace Boone. Grace is the Director of General Services. Welcome, Grace.
Thanks, Renee. It's great to be here.
I'm so glad to have you. Now, we were just joking. We did one of these a long time ago. So it's been a while.
It has. It has been a good while, and so many things have happened, and always excited to talk about what's going on in general services.
It's an amazing department. So I am so glad you are here. So, do you want to begin by giving us just a general brief overview, 8 or 9 hours of what it is that everything that your department is responsible for?
I'll just keep it brief, Renee. It's really we construct and maintain all the county's assets and infrastructure. And you've spoken with each division, and each of them are unique in the responsibilities that they have. So we have to meet regulatory requirements, and as people probably don't know, we have to keep up certifications in order to maintain our ball fields when it comes to application of chemicals and those types of things. And just keeping track of all the moving pieces every day is what brings all of us back every day, because every day's something new.
Well, you all are I think that you're the best department in the entire county. And I do not tell all the departments that. I promise you that. You all are pretty amazing.
And they'll never know from this podcast.
Never. It's just our secret. So tell me, and it's been great getting these answers from all of the different divisions. What's a typical day like for you, Grace?
Renee, I feel like my responsibility is just to ensure that everybody has what they need in order to do their job.
Okay.
Whether it's the division directors or it's, our frontline workers, it's really working on those relationships with other departments to ensure that I'm communicating what our needs are, how we can go about getting those done while balancing, what the needs are of finance and purchasing as well. We work, heavily with those departments and divisions.
So is there a typical day?
Um, Not necessarily, but
Okay.
that's what I try to accomplish
Mhm.
every day. And we never know what's going to pop up. And I think that's with every department. So I don't know that we're unique in that. I think we have folks that have been here a long time, know their jobs, and that's what makes it easier. Is we have these great relationships with other departments, and we appreciate what they do, and they appreciate what we do, and that's what makes it great.
Yes, absolutely. What would you say is your favorite part of your job?
The people,
Okay.
whether it's, I know there's a quote out there that we're in the people business,
Mhm.
and whether it's our citizens or it's our internal customers, or it's just within the general services department, is treating each other with respect, understanding where each of us are coming, because we all have a job to do, and we just need to always understand someone else's job so we can help them do their job. And I think that for me is probably the most important, because everything else kind of falls into place. But when there's an emergency or something pops up, and it comes through, through me first, as I try to really take care of that if I can, so it really doesn't deter staff from redirecting their day when they already had a plan in place. And that happens a lot. And we're pretty flexible, But I feel like we try to filter that so they can continue on their day because they're working around weather, you know, those types of things, or equipment breakdown, or anything can happen in any facility any time of the day. So that's
Ab-
really what I try to accomplish.
Well, and you all do it so well. And, we never know if there was a whole plan for the day and then all of a sudden our restroom breaks, which happens periodically here. And you all are here and you're working on it and everybody's pleasant. And it's an amazing team of people. And I'm going to go a little bit off of script here because I know you a little bit, Grace. And your tenure with the county has been very fascinating. So tell me, how long have you been with the county?
So July, I'll start my 39th year.
39th year.
Renee, I can't believe it. It really has just flown by. And I think, well, I know that, because it's such a variety of work, there, you never know what you're doing that day, or who you can help, or, what people need from you. And so, just those years have given me a different perspective. When I started at the county when I was 20 some years old, um, you know, I don't know I can't say I really knew what my focus was at that time, but um, I've, I don't want to say, as I've gotten older, but as I've gotten older, I understand things in the broader sense.
Mm.
And, not just, general services or each department, but what the county needs as a whole and how we support the overall mission.
Absolutely. And you started off behind a lawnmower, right?
Yes, I did.
See, and I think that that is so amazing. And when you're running such a large department, because you all are the second largest department in the county,
Second or third,
second
yes.
or third.
Yeah, we have 132 uh positions within general services. So,
Okay.
you know, it, it's a good amount of things, and like I said, such a wide variety of divisions doing, you know, whether it's it for internal customers or it's for our citizens. So, I would say all of them are definitely try to give their best every single day to help whoever it is, whatever customer.
Well, and I really liked something that you said, that who I can help today. And that is such a great philosophy, to begin a day with. How can I make somebody's day better? How can I help someone? And I think you're amazing. I think your department's amazing. I think our listeners and viewers now know that I think those things, but I think you're amazing. So, besides telling future employees that you're amazing, which you probably wouldn't do, but you should.
You're going to make me blush.
Oh, no, 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 no. So tell me, what would you tell someone if they were looking for a job, wanting to, considering coming to the county? What would you tell them to convince them to come to general services?
Renee, really, it's the to me, it's the culture of what we have at James City. And I know there's probably other local governments that have a great culture as well, but it really stems from the support we receive from the Board of Supervisors, from county admin. I really appreciate county admin coming out to our recognition events and supporting what we do every day. And I think that has um, made staff feel appreciated. And I really I do try to convince people to come to the county. I mean, my son and all his friends, if they don't have a job, I am definitely talking about James City, and to the point where he said, "Mom, leave my friends alone."
That's
But
awesome.
yeah, there I think you can start out anywhere in the county, and you have the same story. There's so many great stories of staff that have come in a position and they've moved up. So there
Mhm.
is opportunity. And I think the support we get through, providing leadership training, the ability to go through the, oh gosh, no, I'm having a Stephanie's program, emerging leaders,
There you
the
go.
emerging leaders program. This comes with age too, Renee.
Yes, I'm with you.
The processor kind of slows down. But you have the opportunity to apply for emerging leaders and all these things that will help you, build your career at James City. So I really can't say enough about the people, the opportunities, and the support really are the three top for me.
Well, and for all of us, it's the ability to work with Grace Boone, but that's a whole different podcast. So, the last thing I think I want to ask is, I know that you're not working all the time. I know you work a lot, but not all the time. Tell me a little bit about what you do when you're not at work for fun.
I go through my phases. Sometimes I just, because I'm gone so much, that I like to be home and just kind of putz around the house and organize things. And but when I'm not at home, I have an amazing group of friends that I hang out with, and we RV, and we just enjoy time camping and visiting different parks. Or so they're really what I enjoy 90% of the time. And then, Renee, I have to tell you, there's one more thing.
Please do.
Yes, there's one more thing. This little guy, he just turned a year.
Oh my gosh.
I'm still trying to come to grips with being a grandma, because I still feel like I don't want to say 20 anymore, but I can at least say 35. But my son and his wife and the baby, they really have just brought a different perspective to my husband Bill and I's life. So that's just joy every day that I can spend a little time with him.
What an amazing family and an amazing group of friends. You are very, very fortunate. And we are all, like I've said, very fortunate to know you. And I'm so glad that the General Services Department has you in their leadership position.
Renee, I appreciate it. And I do appreciate you taking the time to put these podcasts together. And it's been so great for you to highlight each division and what they really do behind the scenes, because a lot of people think other departments do the things that we actually do. So any project that's going on in a park, or we're really, they're the face of it, and they are through the process with it. But where it's boots on the ground, it's really general services staff. We just had opening day at out at War Hill.
Mhm.
And so all those fields that are maintained, and I've heard so many great things about how it looked out there. And the general services staff is out there to assist, and they really take pride in the work that they do, whether it's in facilities or fleet or CIP, solid waste and grounds and custodial, like in stormwater. I mean, it's just fun every day, because people work together so well, and that sense of teamwork just makes coming to work a lot easier.
Well, that's great. Again, Grace, thank you so much for everything that you do and for taking time out of your very, very busy day to join us on the podcast today.
Thank you, Renee.
Well, that wraps up this episode of This Week in James City County. Thank you so much for tuning in. As always, please be sure to subscribe. That way you will never miss an episode. And go to our website. We're at jamescitycountyva.gov/podcast. And while there, you're going to be able to find all of our episodes as well as a form. You can give us show ideas, comments, critiques. We would love to hear from you. So once again, thank you so much, and we will talk with you next week.